This is called poetry. And it was at that age poetry arrived in search of me. I don't know. I don't know where it came from winter or a river. I don't know how or when. No, they were not voices, they were not words, nor silence, but from a street I was summoned, from the branches of night, abruptly from the others, among violent fires, or returning alone. There I was without a face, and it touched me. I did not know what to say. My mouth had no way with names. My eyes were blind. And something started in my soul, fever or forgotten wings. And I made my own way, deciphering that fire. And I wrote the first faint line, faint, without substance, pure nonsense, pure wisdom of someone who knows nothing. And suddenly I saw the heavens unfastened and open, planets, palpitating plantations, shadow perforated, riddled with arrows, fire and flowers, the winding night, the universe. And I, infinitesimal being, drunk with the great starry void, likeness, image of mystery, felt myself a pure part of the abyss. I wheeled with the stars. My heart broke loose on the wind.
Background അല്ലാത്ത ഗ്രൗണ്ട് ഇല്ല. ഭൂമി എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥമാണ്. ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് ആണ് മൈതാനം. വെറും ഭൂമി, ജമീൻ. താരി ജമീൻ पर കണ്ടില്ലേ? സിനിമ കണ്ടില്ലേ? താരി ജമീൻ पर സിനിമ കണ്ടില്ലേ? നിങ്ങൾ എപ്പോഴാണ് സിനിമ കാണിക്കാൻ നോക്കണേ? കുറെ സിനിമ കാണിക്കണ്ടേ? മൂന്ന് മതി സ്കിപ്പ് ചെയ്തോ? എന്നിട്ടോ എത്ര മാർക്ക് കിട്ടും? ഏത് പരീക്ഷ? ഏത് ചാപ്റ്റർ? ഫുള്ള് കിട്ടുമല്ലോ. എല്ലാത്തരം ഫുള്ള് പഠിച്ചോളൂ. ഫുൾ എന്നിട്ട് ഇപ്പം ഇന്നലെ പറയണ്ടേ ഇന്ന് കോർഡിനേറ്റേഴ്സ് എക്സാം ഉണ്ട്, ഇന്നലെ പഠിപ്പിക്കില്ല. അതെ, ഇന്നലെ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ മിഞ്ഞാന്ന് പറയണം. ഏത് പരീക്ഷയാണോ അത് തലേ ദിവസം എടുക്കണം. തിങ്കളാഴ്ച കെമിസ്ട്രിയാണ്. ഏത് ചാപ്റ്റർ? അത് തീർക്കണം നാളെ. ഓക്കെ, ഏതാ വേണ്ടേ? നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇഷ്ടം. ലഞ്ച് ലഞ്ചിന് ലഞ്ച് നല്ലതാണെന്ന് പറയാം. ലഞ്ച് അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാം. കാരണം ഹിന്ദിയിലൊരു സിനിമ ഉണ്ട് ലഞ്ച് ബോക്സ്. അവര് ടിഫിൻ ബോക്സ് എന്നൊന്നും പറയാറില്ല. ടിഫിൻ എന്നാണ് സാധാരണ പറയാ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഖാനേക്കാട്ട കാട്ടേവാ നീ പാട്ടോടെ കാട്ടേ പാട്ടോ. ക്ലോക്ക് എടുത്ത് മാറ്റി. അതിന്റെ മുകളിൽ വേറെ പടം വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ശരി പാട്ടോടെ ടൈം പാസ്.
അറിഞ്ഞില്ലേ പണ്ടു നമ്മുടെ പൊന്നുമുത്ത് കരഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ പണ്ടേ മഴ പെയ്തു പോയെന്നു തിരുവോണ കദളി വാഴ തുഷമില വെട്ടി ആരോമൽ കുഞ്ഞുമക്കളെ വിരുന്നൂട്ടാനായി സ്നേഹം കൊണ്ടേ പായസവും വാത്സല്യ പപ്പടവും ഉപ്പേരി ചവചവക്കണമുത്തശ്ശിക്കൊരു മൂളിപ്പാട്ട്, ഒരു മൂളിപ്പാട്ട്.
ജീവൻ വന്നിട്ടില്ല എൻ്റെ
അത് രാവിലെ മുതൽ പണിയെടുക്കുന്നത് എനർജി വെയിലായി പോയി. ശരി എനർജി രാവിലെ പണിയെടുക്കുന്നില്ലാണ്. ഇതിപ്പം ഒന്ന് വേണി പണി
കുളിച്ചില്ല പോയി
കുളിച്ചു.
കള്ളു കുടിക്കും വിഷാദം. Read. Work away. No. Got it.
Was a Chilean poet, diplomat and politician. He derived his pen name.
ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് നിന്നോട്, വായിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒട്ടനെ ഞാൻ 100 ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാനായിരുന്നു ഇടവന്നൊക്കെ. അത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ പുറം പൊളിക്കും ഞാൻ. ഏത് രാജ്യത്തെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തന്നെ അങ്ങോട്ട് നോക്കാൻ, ഏത് രാജ്യത്തെ പോയിട്ടാണ്? എവിടെയാ ചിലി? See, did I not tell you, when you hear a name of a place, you must be able to visualize where is it. If you cannot visualize, you should have asked me. Then why are you reading? മനസ്സിലായ മോളെ? നിങ്ങൾ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു കാലത്ത് ചിലി എന്ന സ്ഥലം കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ you must be able to speak where is that. That's how you should read. That's how you should learn. You should have that question. Not like earlier. If you have no question, I have no problem. But now onwards, when you get a name, you must know which place. Where is it? Okay. Which language Chile speaks? Eh? That's in South America. South America, most popular language is Spanish. So he's a Chile poet. He's a Spanish poet. Who?
Pablo Neruda.
Read slowly. Yesterday we heard somebody 1900 to Kutti Krishna Maharaj.
73.
Correct? Yes. He also died in 1973, but 4 years younger, 1904. Now you remember.
Yes.
Now when you write in your exam, you must write full name. What's the full name? Neftali Richardo Reyes Basalto bracket 1904.
1970.
Yeah, was a Chilean poet. Okay, yeah, read like that. But I am sure you would not have noted, and none of you who heard also must have to noted it is 1904 to 1973. It has not registered. Now when I told you like this, it gets registered. Correct? Yes. That's how you should register. Yeah. Now remove that cushion and back, keep it there and sit there. Yeah. Louder. Read from here. Yeah. Read from here.
Neftali Richard Reyes Basalto, 1904 to 1973, was a Chilean poet, diplomat and politician.
Chilean poet. Diplomat. What is diplomat? I asked you if you don't understand. Word by word. No word should be skipped. Next time when you listen the same word, you must be able to tell what is diplomat. Diplomat is all the senior officers in government is called a diplomat. I am not a diplomat because I retired. Fine?
Yes.
I was a diplomat. I was a diplomat. Now my wife is a diplomat. So what she does when she goes abroad, she gets a different passport. If I go abroad, I have to use my passport. If my wife goes abroad, she has a white passport. White passport is for diplomat, and red passport, highest official. So she gets a red passport. And we have to stand in queue. Diplomats will not be standing in queue. When you go to Gulf, there is a different queue, diplomatic passport queue. Nobody will be there. Only one or two people will travel. Senior officers are not supposed to stand in queue, as we are going as part of government. When you go to some other country, we are representing India. Correct? So diplomat is the highest official. So he was a highest official. Got it?
He derived his pen name Pablo Neruda.
He derived his pen name, and he was a politician, diplomat, poet. He derived his pen name. Shashi Tharoor was a diplomat, poet, writer, not me, Shashi Tharoor. And he was a politician. He is a politician now. He is an MP, member of parliament, Congress party. Right? Yeah.
He derived his pen name Pablo Neruda.
What is pen name? Nickname Allah. Pen name is as a writer name is nickname. Not a nickname, but a writer name. It's called a pen name. Yeah.
From French poet Jean Neruda. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971.
1971, before 2 years of his death.
He wrote in
Got it?
He wrote in variety of styles, and his works include surrealist poems.
Surrealistic poem. Realistic means if I write poetry, I have a poetry written on Abdul Kalam. I wrote a poem on Abdul Kalam. I wrote a poem on Jayalalitha. They are realistic poem. Facts is there. Surrealistic is not realistic. Okay? Surpassing the realism, not part of realism.
He wrote in variety of styles, and his work include surrealist poems, historical epics, political manifestos, and
manifesto. Marxist manifesto. കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? നടുവിലെ മാർക്സിസ്റ്റുകാരൊക്കെ നമ്മളൊന്നും കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? നിങ്ങൾ BJP? How many of you are Marxist? എന്നിട്ട് മാർക്സിസ്റ്റ് മാനിഫെസ്റ്റോ കേട്ടിട്ടില്ല? There is a Marxist manifesto. Got it? ആരൊക്കെയാണ് മാർക്സിസ്റ്റുകാർ? നീയും മാറിയാ? മറ്റേ അവൻ്റെ കൂടെ മാപ്പിള മാറിയില്ല അടുത്ത കാലത്ത്? മൂസാൻകുട്ടി? മാർക്സിസ്റ്റിന്റെ മാഗസിന്റെ പേരെന്താണ്? ആര്? അതാരത്? മാർക്സിസ്റ്റാ? നീയല്ല? നീ മാർക്സിസ്റ്റ് അല്ലേ? Okay, so he was a what is that manifesto? Political manifestos include surrealistic poems, historical epics, then political manifestos. Marxist manifesto, Congress manifesto, BJP as a manifesto, Prakadana Patrika എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. Manifesto. Yeah.
And a prose autobiography.
Autobiography, which is a prose, not a poem. Prose means article, essay. Essay neയാണ് prose എന്ന് പറയാം. Prose and poetry എന്ന് പറയാം. Your textbook contains prose and poetry. Either poetry or prose. Then you have novel, short story. Fine. Novelette. That's a small novel. Novel is big, novelette is small. These are the category. Drama or play, poetry, novel, novelette, prose. These are all different categories. So he also have got a prose autobiography.
He often
Often
wrote
T
in
is silent there.
he often wrote in green ink,
Green ink. He uses only green ink.
which was his personal symbol of desire and hope.
Angudi vaikku.
Poetry, poem by Pablo Neruda. Like most of the one or two poems appearing in Memorial to Isla Negra, poetry is
Isla.
Negra.
What did you understand from that?
എല്ലാ പോയത്തിൻ്റെ പോലെ
What is Isla Negra? Isla Negra is a place. That is the birthplace of
Neruda.
Neruda. Neruda took birth in a small place near Chile called Isla Negra. The poems which you are reading, your poetry name is poetry, right? There is a collection of books of poetry. 102 poetries are put in a one book. Fine. I have got 27 poetries in my book, Life of Love. That's my poetry book. 27 poems. Another book is going to be 100 poems, which is called Rhythm of Life. That whole book is called a Memorial to Isla Negra. Isla Negra is his native village in Chile. Where is Chile? In South America. South America, you have got different small places. One place is called Chile. Okay.
Poetry is reflective in content.
Reflective in content. Yeah. Yesterday I was telling, no? You should have bimbam, shaili. What you don't understand, you should have different meaning. Then only it becomes beautiful.
It starts with a conjunction and as if it were a part of an ongoing discussion that the poet has been having with his readers.
It's like an ongoing discussion between he and his readers.
Again, he assumes that we know what that age was when he first began to write poetry.
That age means long back, when he was 16 years old. നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രായത്തിൽ 15, 16, you are all 15 years old, right?
Yes.
So 16 years old he wrote the poetry, English poetry. No, not English poetry.
Spanish.
ഞാൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പോയട്രി എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു മാറ്റമില്ല. ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പറഞ്ഞ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്. He did not write English poetry. What he wrote? Spanish poetry. And somebody else translated it into English. And do you have that his name in your book? What a stupid book writer, yeah? The poetry is in Spanish. Somebody translated into English. And that is what you have. Don't you think the translator's name should be there? It has to be there. It's an English poem, not a Spanish poetry. So what should have been there? Translator's name. So I'll give you translator's name. Okay?
Neruda started writing poetry in the early 1920s as a teenager.
Teenager. What is teenage? What is teenage? Not 12. 13. Teen is coming there. To 19. That's why it is called a teenage. You never knew, right? Baby, small, early childhood, then childhood, okay, then teenage, then adolescence, then young, then adulthood, then early old age, then old age. Okay, next, who is going to read? Fast, fast, come fast.
Pablo Neruda belonged
Louder.
Pablo Neruda belonged to a group of Spanish
Pablo. What's it?
Pablo.
See, when you read English, when you speak English, you are is a must. That's how they speak. Huh? Correct, no? Pablo Neruda. Then your pronunciation becomes good. Yeah.
Pablo Neruda belonged to a group of Spanish poets called the generation of 1927.
1927. What was his age? 25 years old. 22 years old, 23 years old. 22 years old. See, when you are reading, if you don't think like this, it's waste. He was a young man during that time. Fine? Teenage he started. When? 16. So that was in 1920. So 27, how many years he was writing poetry? 7 years. 7 years experience is a good experience, right? Yeah.
Some Spanish critics have found it hard to believe that Neruda
Critics is Vimarshakan in English. In Malayalam it's called a Nirupakam. Translation of critics in Malayalam is Vimarshakan. But in Malayalam we don't use the word Vimarshakan. We use them as Nirupakam. രൂപം ഉണ്ടാക്കി കൊടുക്കുന്ന ആളെയാണ് നിരൂപകൻ എന്ന് പറയാം. തെറ്റായിട്ട് എഴുതിയതിന് ശരിയാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അത് അങ്ങനെ പാടില്ല ഇങ്ങനെ പാടില്ല എന്ന് പറയും. That's called നിരൂപണം. Yeah.
Some Spanish critics have found it hard to believe that Neruda became a much greater poet than
Vallejo. Vallejo was a great poet during that time. But then Neruda became much famous than him. Who deserved the recognition more? That time who was the greatest poet? Vallejo. At the age of 25, 22, who became very great? Young age itself he became very great. Yeah.
Other critics think that Neruda lacked the ability to be critical and discerning, although he was sometimes quite perceptive about his country and his poems.
Perceptive. Perception is I have good perception about you. Perception means how I think about you. What is your perception about me?
Good.
You understood? What is your perception about a flower? When I speak something, what do you get? And that what you get is called perception. You understood? A perceiver perceives the way the perceiver want to perceive and not the way the speaker want the perceiver to perceive. And what you perceive is called your perception. The perceiver, you listen, and what you get is called a perception. You don't perceive the way I want you to perceive. The perceiver will not perceive the way the speaker wants the perceiver to perceive. You perceive in your own style as your perception is. That's a problem with you. Okay, that's called a perception. Yeah.
Yet others have found him generous but derided him for his loyalty to commission.
Loyalty to commission. Loyalty means I am loyal to you. I am loyal to you. I will obey whatever you say. You are a loyal Marxist fellow. That means whatever leader says, you will say yes, sir. A obedient person is called loyal person. Right? Yeah.
but he remains an old
To commission. Commission means the senior officer. That's why, because he was a great officer. So he has that quality.
but he remains an all-time favorite of his readers.
Yeah. So he was a favorite reader. Yeah. Be careful, no mistakes. This is your last day, otherwise. Did you read English?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see how improve it.
Pablo Neruda published
അടിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ വന്ന് അടിക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാ ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് സ്പീഡ് കിട്ടും
some of his early poem in the 1920s.
In the 1920s, that means when he was 16 years old, he published one of the best poems.
In the student magazine.
Magazine. Claridad is the name of the magazine. At the San Diego University. He was in the university. San Diego is the nearest city. Like what was his city name? Place name? Village name?
Islam.
Yeah. From Isla to San Diego is nearly few kilometers. Like from here to Kannur. Okay, it's 100 kilometers. So it's close to Calicut. Nadul to Calicut. Calicut is a big city. Airport is there. Correct? So it's like San Diego is 94 kilometers. She is correcting. I told a few kilometers now. She said 94 kilometers. She is reaching from US. 94 kilometers. Eh? Okay. So 94 kilometers. San Diego is a big city. San Diego is in Chile. In San Diego, there is a university. Yeah. It was 20 love poems. Read.
It was 20 love poems and a song of despair.
Despair എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ വാക്ക് കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ ഡെസ്പ് ആവാറുണ്ടോ ആ ഡെസ്പ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഡെസ്പെയറിന്റെ ഷോർട്ട് ഫോം ആണ് ആം ഡെസ്പ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ അർത്ഥം എന്താണ് ഡെസ്പെയർ ആക്ച്വൽ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് വേർഡ് ഈസ് ഡെസ്പെയർ ബട്ട് യു ആർ യൂസിങ് ഇറ്റ് ഷോർട്ട് സോങ് ഓഫ് ഡെസ്പെയർ ഒരു സുഖമില്ല
Song of despair that made him the much
quoted. Quote means when you talk about somebody else, it's called quote, within quotes. When I am talking something and then you wanted to write it, what do you do? Within double quote or single quote. Quotes. So quoted. Much quoted Latin American poet. That area is called Latin America, South America. You remember?
Yes.
Now you learned history, you have seen Latin America,
Yes.
you have seen Chile,
Yes.
you have seen Scotland,
Yes.
now you have seen
South.
San Diego. Got it?
Yes.
So if you have not learned in history that place, when you say Latin America, you will not relate this and that. Now you are able to relate. You can see the map. Yeah.
His popularity far
Surpassed. Far surpassed. Beyond the limits. It went out of limit. Okay, not just in Nadul. If you become famous in the whole state you have said, your fame surpassed. That means beyond the limit. Any of his contemporaries, whoever is beside him, all the people who are writing all of your contemporaries. I am not your contemporary. I am a different age. Same age is called a contemporary. Those who are writing poetry together, they are called contemporary. Kumaranashan, Vellathol, Ullur were contemporaries. Got it? They all wrote poetry in same time. Ashan, Ullur, Vellathol. 3 poets were together. So it's called contemporaries. So similarly, Neruda had contemporaries. In which who was the greatest man? Neruda was the greatest poet. Lot of other poets were there, but who became famous? Neruda. He surpassed all. He went beyond all the people. Among the contemporaries, he was beyond, surpassed all of them. Okay? Yeah.
in his own or even in other countries.
Yeah, I told you, no, not in Nadville, but in other places. Like not in his country, not in South America. He was famous in other countries also.
Neruda's poetry has been translated into several languages and in
ലാംഗ്വേജസ് എന്നില്ലേ അവിടെ ലാംഗ്വേജ് എന്താക്കിയത് സെവറൽ ലാംഗ്വേജ് എന്ന് പറയില്ല ദാറ്റ്സ് എ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് വൺ ലാംഗ്വേജ് സെവറൽ ലാംഗ്വേജസ് ഇഫ് ഐ ഡോണ്ട് സീ ദാറ്റ് ഓൾസോ ഐ നോ ദാറ്റ് യു ആർ റീഡിംഗ് റോങ് ഇഫ് ദാറ്റ് വാസ് ലാംഗ്വേജ് ഐ വിൽ ബീറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് റൈറ്റർ ഹു റോട്ട് ദാറ്റ് സോ ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി സെവറൽ ലാംഗ്വേജസ് മനസ്സിലാവുണ്ടോ പറയണത് സെവറൽ ലാംഗ്വേജ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ തെറ്റാണ് ആണോ അല്ലയോ സെവറൽ ലാംഗ്വേജസ് സോ ഹൗ കൻ യു റീഡ് even if it is written language I will read languages only. That's a correction which you have to do, but you are doing whatever is there right, you are reading wrong. That's because your grammar is wrong, not that your reading is wrong, your grammar is also wrong. How do you correct it? Continuously read very fast, keep on reading, make a practice. Okay, yeah.
And in India alone he has been translated to Hindi, into Hindi,
Bengali illa Bangla. Bengali language is called Bangla, right? Translated into Hindi, Bangla, Urdu. Urdu is an Indian language, you know that? Yeah. Official language ആണ് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ one of the national language ആണ് Urdu. So it has been translated into Hindi, Bangla, Urdu and other regional languages. Even in Kerala there are poetries which are translated by Kerala poets. Okay? Yeah, chalo next. Let's go to it. Oh, shasam muttu. Yeah.
Pablo Neruda. 1973. Chilean poet, diplomat, winner of Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971 for a poetry that, with the action of an elemental force, brings alive a continent. Continent is American continent, Africa continent, Eurasian continent. You know different continents, right? Yeah. Destiny and dreams.
Destiny and dreams. The trouble and the dreams.
Two equally powerful childhood influences shaped Neruda's personality. From his compassionate stepmother, he learned...
Compassionate stepmother. What is compassion? Oh, good boy, nice fellow. Who says that? When I have compassion to you. You understood? The love showing to somebody else is called compassion. Destiny is fate. You have taken birth in Naduvil, that's your destiny. You would have taken birth in America, you would have become no Sonia Gandhi's son, right? The Pinarayi's son, daughter, you would have become minister. Next, correct? You could have studied in Dubai, you should have had a big company, you would have become Pinarayi's son. Pinarayi's son has in Abu Dhabi big companies, no? Right? You would have become Ambani's son. You would have become Sonia's son, daughter Priyanka Gandhi. Correct? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. You would have become Modi's wife.
From his companion.
So destiny, what's it called? Destiny. Vidhi. Yeah, that's it. നല്ലതാവാൻ ചീത്തയാവാം പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് ഇറ്റ്സ് നെഗറ്റീവ്.
From his compassionate stepmother.
Stepmother is what? Father's wife. They know better. They have a lot of stepmothers. Only two. Okay. Yeah.
He learned sensitivity and from his dogmatic father.
Dogmatic father. Dogmatic means giving everything to everybody. It's called dogmatic. Dogmatic.
Who
കുറേ ആൾക്കാരെ സഹായിക്കുന്ന ആളെ പറയാം dogmatic father. Yeah. From his dogmatic father who
vehemently.
Eh?
Dogmatic is opinionated.
That's it.
Dictatorial.
Yeah.
It's like a dictator.
Yeah. But dictatorship is with a lot of authority.
But
Opposed his son's interest in poetry.
Vehemently opposed. Vehemently means doubtfully or not all the time. Right? ഭയങ്കര കഴിവും ശക്തിയും അതോ പിന്നെ ആജ്ഞാശക്തിയുള്ള ഒരാളെയാണ് എന്താ പറയുക, ഡോഗ്മാറ്റിക്. ആ ഡോഗ്മാറ്റിക് ആജ്ഞാശക്തിയുള്ള ഒരാൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? വെഹിമെന്റ്ലി ഒപ്പോസ്ഡ് ഹിസ് സൺസ് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ പോയട്രി. ഇടക്കിടക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യായിരുന്നു? യെസ്,
He learned
militant
determination.
determination. He learned militant determination. Militant means like a military fellow. Determination is anything which I wanted to do, I will do it. ആ കറേജിനെയാണ് പറയാ determination. Military determination ആണ്. Like a militant. Who is a militant? You have seen militant operation. When somebody wanted to kill, he will kill. That's it. That's called a militant. So militant determination. Yeah.
He also wrote love poems.
Yeah. He also wrote love poems.
20 love poems and a song of despair.
Despair. 20 love poems and one song of despair. Despair നിരാശയാണ്. Despair എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? നിരാശ. ലവ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? അതിന്റെ കൂടെ എന്തുണ്ട്? Despair ഉണ്ട്. മിക്കവാറും ലവ് despair അവസാനിക്കും. Fine? Yeah.
Neruda is most
Which year? 1924. 24 when he was 20 years old. Yeah.
Neruda is the most widely
Read അല്ല അവിടെ read ആണ്.
read of the Spanish American poets.
Poets. ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഫേമസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പോയറ്റ് ആണ് ആര്? നെരൂദ. ഇത്രയും പഠിച്ചാല് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ ആരാ എഴുതണമെന്നുള്ളത് പഠിക്കണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഈസ് എ നോബൽ പ്രൈസ് വിന്നർ. വിച്ച് ഇയർ ഹി ഗോട്ട് നോബൽ പ്രൈസ്? 1970. Which year you took birth? 1904. Okay, so you must write like this. And then which year was that poetry which he wrote? The poetry which year he wrote? 1920. 16-year-old, when he was a teenage. Right? Go. Now poetry comes. The real man reads the poetry. You must read like a poetry only. Ayyo nalla. It's the poetry doesn't start with ayyo. It starts with and. Yeah. So don't read it as ayyo.
This is called poetry.
Read.
Poetry.
And it was at that age poetry arrived in search of me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why are
I don't know where it came from winter or a river. I don't know how or when. No, they were not voices, they were not words,
You must
nor
read like this.
silence. But from a street I was summoned, from the branches of night, abruptly from the others, among violent fires or returning alone. There I was without a face, and it touched me. I did not know what to say. My mouth had no way with names. My eyes were blind. And something started in my soul, fever or forgotten wings. And I made my own way, deciphering that fire.
You must read like this. Ready? I am ready. I am ready. Are you ready? Eh? Read.
And I was at the age
And it was that age poetry arrived in search of me. Not I went for poetry. Poetry came in search of me.
I don't know.
I don't know where it came from. From winter or a river. I don't know how or when. No, they were not voices. They were not sound voices. They were not words, not silence. But from a street it called me. From a street it called me. Fine? From the branches of night, abruptly from the others, among ragging fires or returning alone, there it was, without a face, and it touched me. Read like this again. Read everybody, louder, fast. Go, sit there.
Poetry.
And he was at age. Poetry arrived.
Stop.
This is called poetry.
Repeat with him.
This is called poetry.
And it was at that age poetry arrived in search of me.
I don't know. I don't know
where it came from. From winter or a river. I don't know how or when. No, they were not voices, they were not words, nor silence. But from the street I was summoned. From the branches of night, abruptly from the others, among violent fires or returning alone. There I was without a face, and it touched me.
Fine? Read again.
Poetry. And he was at age. Poetry arrived in search of me. I don't know where it came from. From winter or river. I don't know how or when. No, there were not voices. There were not words, not silence. But from a street he called me. From the branches of night. Abruptly from the others. Among ranking fires. All returning alone. There it was, without a face, and he touched me.
Fine?
Yes.
So who is the translator? How many of you wrote that? Why you did not write? Why you did not write? Why you did not write? It was on display. That shows you are not interested. Don't tell you don't have time. Pablo Neruda's poem, Poetry, translation by A.S. Klein, K-Lion. When you write exam, if there is something to be written on this poetry, write all this. One paragraph that clear. If you write it along with all the big paragraph, it will not be seen. Paragraph wise. Assume you have to write. You must write about the poet, about the poetry, who wrote it, who translated it. Then write about the background. It was written in the teenage, Spanish, etc., etc. Then come to the poem. Right? You want to see where is Chile?
Yes.
These were Chile is. This is India, Africa, USA, told you know? Brazil, you remember?
Yes.
Which America?
South America.
Latin America. So this part is where? What? You see? Isla Negra. Fine?
Yes.
See much more closer. Isla Negra. Nearest is Santiago. Got it? This Chile, the small portion is the like a narrow Kerala. South American Kerala is called Chile.
Chile's capital is Santiago.
Kerala is like this, right?
Yes.
And this is somewhere in Thrissur, center of Kerala. Unfortunately, capital of Chile is Santiago. Not like Tirunelveli in the southmost. Fine?
Yes.
So you will not forget now. So this was part of your book.
Yes.
We'll look at it. I just picked it up from there and then made a PowerPoint. That's it. So you'll see that in this. Yeah. So next line. Read in the same style. You want to listen to this first?
Yes.
Which one? The audio?
Yes.
This is called poetry. And it was at that age poetry arrived in search of me.
Poetry arrived in search of me. Not that I went in search of poetry.
From winter or a river. I don't know how or when. No, they were not voices, they were not words, no silence. But from the street I was summoned, from the branches of night, abruptly from the others, among violent fires or returning alone. There I was without a face, and it touched me. I did not know what to say. My mouth had no way with names. My eyes were blinded. And something started in my soul,
Be with him.
fever or forgotten wings. And I made my own way, deciphering that fire.
Deciphering
And I
that fire.
wrote the first faint line, faint, without substance.
What is
pure
deciphering?
That's it, finding the meaning of
Deciphering means something is written in code and you are changing that code which you can understand. That's called a decipher. Decipher means, suppose you have some textbook in the back you see some number code, no? Barcode.
Yes.
Barcode is there, right? And then you go to supermarket, they will put it and then the list, the item number will come or the name will come. This is ciphered and that machine is called a deciphering machine. Only that machine will understand. So deciphering fire. There is a fire inside my stomach when I think about something very seriously. So what comes out as poetry is deciphering. Whatever I think I can write it now. So I made my own way deciphering that fire. Which is that fire? The thinking of writing a poetry is called that fire. The poetry comes like a fire. Again I'll repeat a little bit. Yeah.
soul, fever or forgotten wings. And I made my own way, deciphering that fire.
Louder.
And I wrote the first faint line, faint, without substance, pure nonsense, pure wisdom of someone who knows nothing. And suddenly I saw the heavens unfastened and open, planets, palpitating plantations, shadow perforated, riddled with arrow.
What is palpitating? Palpitating is when you run, you palpitate. What do you do? Yeah. So palpitating plantations. You have seen sometime the leaf will do like this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's called the palpitating plantations. People do palpitation, but have you seen plants palpitating? Look at them, you will see, yeah. Because it's tired, right? That's what a poet see. You don't see, but who sees? Poet will see. So what is poetry? Poetry is the spontaneous overflow, the emotions of the mind which comes, emotions which comes. That's the definition of poetry. What is poetry? The spontaneous overflow of emotions. The poet in ഒരു ഇമോഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, ഒരു തോന്നലുണ്ട്, ആകാംക്ഷ ഉണ്ട്. ഞാൻ രാത്രി കിടന്നുറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നല്ല മഴ വരുമ്പോൾ ഉടനെ ഒരു കവിത എഴുതും. ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച്, മഴയെക്കുറിച്ച്, വിന്റർ റെയിൻ, വിന്ററിൽ ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന റെയിനെ കുറിച്ച്. When I sit in a temple, I will see a lot of people discussing. That becomes a poetry. Somebody's discussion becomes our poetry. When you travel somebody is serving food, seeing that it becomes a poetry. That can end a poetry. When I drive, on this day when I was driving to Nadavil, there was an accident, I would have died. Immediately as I came, I wrote a poetry. So accident becomes poetry. Understood? For you, accident becomes a trouble, right? For me, accident becomes a poetry. Because of that accident, I can tell now, yeah, there was an accident. When I drive there, I will tell, oh, this is the place where I was supposed to reach. The car got into jam, glass broke. Fantastic. No, real. That can be called poetry. I'll show you my poetry. You want to see my poems?
Yes.
A big poem. I'll show you all. Yeah. During camp we will sing. Read all these poems. December camp.
Suddenly I saw the heavens unfastened,
Unfastened. Fastening is what?
palpitating plantation.
Fasten your belt. Tie your belt. Unfastened means remove the belt. Fine? Fasten your belt. When you travel in aircraft, they will tell you, fasten your belts. You have to fasten your belts. Buckle it. Unfasten means remove it. Fine?
Yes.
Unfasten your, no, not no. Shaitan will come. You catch. Unfasten the parda. Correct? You're not supposed to show your hair out, right? No? Seen little bit. That's how they do. Ingata toppinda. Long back I was seeing one fellow in Talippuram, there was people who were Nepali people who were selling topi. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഓട്ടയുള്ള തൊപ്പില്ല എൻ്റെ അടുത്തുണ്ടത് ഓട്ടയുള്ള തൊപ്പി അതല്ല ഇടുക എന്നിട്ട് അവനിങ്ങനെ ഹിന്ദി മാത്രം അറിയുന്ന അവരോട് ഇവൻ പറയും ഇങ്ങനത്തെ തൊപ്പി ഉണ്ടാവും അയാൾ പറഞ്ഞു മനസ്സിലായി എന്താ പറയുന്നത് അപ്പൊ അവന് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ തൊപ്പി ഉണ്ടോ Good. And then he removed the topi, did like this. That Nepali fellow removed his ears, did like this. तू गलती? तू गलती? है? तू गलती? हाँ हाँ. Remember?
Lie, faint, without substance, pure nonsense, pure wisdom
nonsense.
of someone who knows nothing. And suddenly I saw the heavens unfastened and open,
And open.
planets,
Palpitating
palpitating plantations, shadow
plantations.
perforated,
See, he is
riddled
traveling
with
from earth to
arrows,
earth.
fire and flowers.
See, he was in the space. Correct?
Yes.
He was in heaven. Then came, unfastened, opened, reached the planet. That means he is coming from top to down. Then he saw the planets. Then where is he? Plantations. Then darkness perforated. What is perforation? What is perforation? What is perforation? Yeah. See, when you have a paper, when you make a lot of holes together, not one, lot of holes like this is called a perforation. Right? Yes. Why do you perforation? See, when you wanted to cut it, you have seen receipt books.
Yes.
It has got holes.
Yes.
Then you can tear it, and that cut is called a perforation. You are able to cut it because there is perforation, right? What's it? The perforated, darkness perforated. That means you can open the darkness and then see through. Light is seen. Through the small holes, light is seen. That's called darkness perforated. Riddled. What is riddle? Difficult questions. Riddle. I will ask you a question which you cannot answer. Is called a riddle. Puzzle is also like that. You have got puzzles, no? Riddles and puzzles.
In this context, it is called making many holes.
Many holes, that's it. Yeah, perforation, that's the same thing I explained. When you have got receipt books, you have many holes. Yeah? Yeah, riddle
It
also.
is making many holes.
That's it. With the arrows. Make it very difficult with a lot of arrows. Not one arrow. Lot of arrows. Fire. And see, he is putting so many things. Flower and arrow and fire. No relation. That's why he said, what is that? Nonsense. So what is poetry?
Nonsense.
Poetry is nonsense. Poetry is flower. Poetry is fire. Poetry is arrow. Poetry is perforation. Poetry is darkness. Poetry is brightness. Poetry is dream. It's shadow. It's the way. It's the name. It's the eyebrow. It's the eye. Anything can be written. Wonderful, no? You can write it. Don't write it big lines. Write one, put some space, write Zoral, that's poetry. What is his poetry? Lot of things like this. And overpowering night, the universe. Again he came to flower, planet, universe, heaven, came to flower, went back to heaven, universe again. Small things to big things. That's how the chinda will be there, right? Here the chinda. Ee chinda. Not that chinda. Chinda is thought, right? Here the chinda. No. Deshabhimani daily. I asked a question. What is that? Magazine. Magazine of Marxist Party is called a Chinda. And what do they do with Chinda? They put here. That's how they put, like all the time, right? Yes. Correct or not? Yes. Where is your Chinda? In Kaksham. Chinda nanna kolle vendadu. ചിന്തയുടെ എഡിറ്ററുണ്ടായിരുന്നു കാലിക്കറ്റ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിൽ. എൻ്റെ സുഹൃത്തായിരുന്നു നാരായണൻ. ചിന്ത മാഗസിൻ്റെ എഡിറ്ററായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ വേറൊരു പത്രമുണ്ട് സി പി ഐൻ്റെ പത്രത്തിൻ്റെ എഡിറ്റർ IV ശശിയില്ലേ, അടുത്തടുത്ത് മരിച്ചത്, അയാളുടെ ബ്രദറായിരുന്നു ശശാങ്കൻ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പേര് ശശാങ്കൻ, IV ശശിയുടെ ബ്രദറിൻ്റെ പേര്. അദ്ദേഹമാണ് എന്നെ ക്ലാസ്സിന് വിളിച്ചത്. അയാൾ വിളിച്ചതും ശശിയിലാണ്. എൻ്റെ പേര് So I used to go for class. Global warming. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഹീറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പിന്നെ ചാപ്റ്റർ യു ഹാവ് ഗോട്ട് ഗ്ലോബൽ വാർമിംഗ്, റൈറ്റ്? ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾ സ്റ്റുപ്പിഡ് റബ്ബിഷ് തിങ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ദർ. I speak against global warming. And I was called for a speech. I give lecture against it. IV ശശാങ്കം വിളിച്ചിട്ടപ്പോൾ IV ശശിയുടെ ബ്രദർ. പിന്നെ and I, tiny being, tiny, small, infinite small, is called tiny. Okay? Tiny being drunk with the great starry. Void is null. ഒന്നുമില്ലാത്ത അവസ്ഥയെ എന്താ പറയാ? void. കാലി. മറ്റേ പശുവല്ല, കാലി. കാലി ഹിന്ദിയിലെ കാലി. കാലി കരുതു. void, full nullness, nothing is there. Likeness, image of mystery. What is mystery? If you know, it is called history. If you don't know, it's called a mystery. If you know, it's called a history. If you don't know, it's called a mystery. The death of somebody becomes a mystery. Sarita case, mystery. Keep on changing. When she gets some money for some summer, she will tell something. Somebody else gives money, she tells something. She's a big mystery. Right? Felt myself a pure part. Felt myself a pure part. എല്ലാം മിസ്റ്ററിയാണ്. ആരാ പ്യൂർ? ഞാൻ മാത്രം. ആരുടെ കഥയാ? Who is the poet? Neruda says everything is mystery. Felt myself a pure part of the abyss. What is abyss? Pure part of the deep within. Deep within. What is deep within? My soul. I wheeled with the stars. I wheeled. Wheeled means travel. I traveled with the stars. ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കേണ്ട ആളൊന്നല്ല. I am beyond heaven. Fine? My heart broke. Loose with the wind. My heart broke. Loose with the wind. So I can fly. My heart broke. And that's how the poetry comes out. So the whole story is how poetry comes, right? How poetry comes. I go into the wind, I go to the star, come to the heaven, and then jump into the universe, and then my heart broke. When heart breaks, what will come? Poetry comes. Poetry. The heart broke, what will happen? Poetry comes. When your heart breaks, somebody will fall, your girlfriend or boyfriend. Because you keep them inside your heart, right? A poet keeps what inside? Poetry inside. So when their heart breaks, what will come out? Poetry will come. One of my poem is Open Heart Surgery. Hmm? What is my poetry? Open heart surgery. Why? You want me to read?
Yes.
Hmm? All poems are love. Love towards me, love towards. Open heart surgery. कौन सी poem है भैया? Number. बोला 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 हो गया 10th वाला. Best number है उसका. Open heart surgery. This is the picture, right? I'm in a hospital. I'm in a hospital on a bed. Okay? I would hide the piggy bank key. What is piggy bank? You put money, no? Yes. 1 rupee, 2 rupee, and it has got a lock. Yes. Where do I keep it? Secret place. Nobody should see, right? Yes. I would hide the piggy bank key. Let's none see it. I hope no one will see that. I would hide the little precious gifts, small gifts which I get. I hide it. Nobody should take it away, right? Let none see them. I hope. It is a place where none will find the hidden treasure of my life. I would hide little trifles which I valued most, small things which I value most. What do? Keep it safe. I hide it. Nobody should see, right? My secrets rusted safe. My secret rusted safe within the innermost chamber. Where is the innermost chamber? Huh? The innermost chamber of my precious heart. Where do you keep the secret? Inside your heart. As I grow in years, all that was hidden had a place. The key had a place. The lock had a place. None could find the key to the chamber of my heart, the safest hiding place. Where am I hiding everything? My safest hiding place is my heart. Now the doctor says, what's the doctor saying? He will open my heart. For what? To remove a small block. Open heart surgery. When do you go? When you have a heart problem, the doctor says, I will open your heart. There is a small block, right? Correct?
Yes.
So what am I saying? There are secrets in my heart that he must never find. But if he opens, what he will see? He will see my secrets. That he must never find. I would rather die. Let me die. I am not ready for surgery because doctor will see my secrets. I would rather die, my secret safe within me, before I submit an open heart surgery. So what is heart? Heart is the place where you keep your secrets, right? Yes. So my heart broke loose with the wind, and that wind is my poetry. Got it? Yes. So every poet will write something about heart all the time. Fine? Yes. So this is, you want to read this fast, you can read once. What is amazing in Neruda's deliberate inversion? Read.
It's a poetry talent or inspiration. Describing the one of who comes looking for someone that will compose verses rather than vice versa. Because by writing letters as a poetic sensation, came looking for him and impelling him to compose verses rather than the poet looking for and pursuing her.
Not that he goes for poetry, poetry comes to him. He is not looking for poetry. Poetry is looking for him. Yeah, next. അയാളുടെ തോന്നൽ can come anytime, anywhere, anytime, wherever he looks at, he gets instinct. What he gets? Instinct. Yeah.
Instincts can come anytime. As we know, he is known as an adventure of time. As we know, someone are born poets, some because poets with the passage of time. It is only the time and tide that brings the poetry out of a person.
It's the readable?
I can predict the stanza.
You want? Last stanza. Okay. You couldn't read? Yeah. Read this.
The inaudible voice of a eternity must might have come from the surface or avenues of the silent night that appears to him like trees dividing out his branches in various directions. However, the first way light the poet brought was the business of avoiding his lectures like poetry appeared almost naturally until at last just like a long seriousness that is about to come in his poetic endeavor. In his third stanza, the poet says considerable himself as an impersonal being which is finding insignificant as compared to as
Intoxicated. That means drunk. That a poet's talents are truly tested before he gains popularity and retrospect. Yeah.
He can portray such modesty and
How much you have to go by bus? You want to catch a bus? What time is your bus? What's your time? Bus? You have a bus?
No,
Then why are you so much worried? If you want to go, just must go. Don't disturb anybody. Yeah. ആദ്യം തന്നെ എല്ലാ പുസ്തകവും എഴുതുന്ന സമയത്ത് മാർജിൻ വരക്കണം. ഇതിനൊരു മാർജിൻ വരച്ചിട്ടൊന്ന് എഴുതി നോക്കിയിട്ട് എന്ത് ഭംഗിയുണ്ടാവും. അതുപോലെ ഐ സെഡ് 2-3 പാരഗ്രാഫ്സ്. ഒരു പാരഗ്രാഫ് അല്ല, 2-3 പാരഗ്രാഫ് വേണം. ബട്ട് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ പാരഗ്രാഫ് യു ഷുഡ് ഗിവ് സം സ്മോൾ ഗ്യാപ്പ്. ഡോണ്ട് ട്രൈ ബ്യൂട്ടി. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾ ഫോർ യു. ഞാൻ ഒന്നും നിങ്ങളെ ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആളല്ല, നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ സ്വന്തം ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടേണ്ട ആൾക്കാരാണ്. മനസ്സിലായോ? യു വിൽ ഓൾ കറക്റ്റ് ഇറ്റ് യുവേഴ്സ്. ഡോണ്ട് ടിയർ ഇറ്റ് അപ്പ്. സോറി, കുടിച്ചോ വെള്ളത്. ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ് വരണം. നമ്മൾ അപ്പം ഉണ്ടാക്കുകയില്ല ഡ്രാമ. ആർക്കെ പോകാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഇതാണോ അത് നീന്തിന് അവളെ കൈ നോക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്? എനിക്ക് കൈനോട്ടാ പണി. ശ്രദ്ധ ഇവിടെ മാത്രമേ പാടുള്ളൂ. മനസ്സിലായ? അതുകൊണ്ടൊന്നല്ല, നീ അതാ മടക്കി വെച്ചതുകൊണ്ടാണ്. നിന്റെ കയ്യിൽ ബുക്കില്ല എന്ന് ഞാൻ അപ്പോഴേ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിൽ അറിയുന്ന 2-3 വാക്കുകളെങ്കിൽ എഴുതിയെടുക്കണം. അതൊന്നും നിങ്ങളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടല്ല, അങ്ങനെയാണ് കവിതകളെ കുറിച്ച് എഴുതുക എന്ന് പഠിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. അതിൽ ശ്രദ്ധ ഉണ്ടായാലേ നാളെ എഴുതാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ആ എഴുതി കൊണ്ടോ. റിട്രോസ്പെക്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പഴയത് എന്താ റിട്രോസ്പെക്ട് എഫക്ട്. ഇപ്പൊ പ്രൊമോഷൻ കിട്ടുന്നത് ജനുവരി ആയിരിക്കും, എന്നിട്ട് ഓർഡർ വന്നത് ഫെബ്രുവരി ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ ജനുവരി മുതൽ ഓർഡർ പാസ്സാക്കും. അതെന്താ പറയാ? റിട്രോസ്പെക്റ്റീവ് എഫക്ട്. പണ്ടേ ഉള്ളൂ. പോർട്രേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അത് പോർട്രേറ്റ് ആണ്, ചിത്രീകരിക്കാം. എനിക്കിതെല്ലാം അറിയാം. ചോദിക്കണ്ടോ ചോദ്യം നീ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും ചോദിച്ചിട്ടില്ല? മോഡസ്റ്റി. എന്താ മോഡസ്റ്റി? വളരെ മോഡസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് വരും. മോഡസ്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ പൊതുവായിട്ട്. ശരി, ഡ്രാമ നിങ്ങളുടെ എന്ത് തീമാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും കൂടി ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു തീം ഉണ്ടാക്കണം. ആരാണ് റോളുകൾ, ആരാണ് നല്ല പോലെ. ഒരാൾക്ക് മൈനർ റോൾ വേണോ, എല്ലാവർക്കും ഈക്വൽ റോൾ വേണോ? ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സിനെ നോക്കിയിട്ടാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരാൾ സിനിമ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ആദ്യം ആരെ അഭിനയിപ്പിക്കേണ്ടത് നോക്കും. മമ്മൂട്ടിനെ കാസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ സീരിയസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കഥ എടുക്കും. മനസ്സിലായ? അതേ സമയത്ത് ജഗദീനെ വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കണമെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? അവരുടെ അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് ചെയ്യും. ആണോ അല്ലയോ? അപ്പോൾ ആരൊക്കെയാണ് അഭിനയിക്കുന്നത് നോക്കിയിട്ട് ചെയ്യാത്തതുകൊണ്ടാണ് പലപ്പോഴും ഡ്രാമ ഫെയിലിയർ ആവുന്നത്. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ്? സോ ആരാണ് അഭിനയിക്കുന്നത്, അവരുടെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് എന്താണ്, അവരുടെ കാസ്റ്റിംഗ് എങ്ങനെയാണ്, അതറിയണം. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു തീം പറഞ്ഞുതരാൻ വേണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ ഒരു കഥ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ട് എഴുതാം. ഓക്കെ, നല്ല രസകരമായൊരു തീം. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ വിചാരിക്കുക, ഇപ്പം പിന്നെ നല്ലോണം പഠിക്കാണ്ട് പാസ്സാവുന്ന കുറേ ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്, ഉണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ? അതൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ പറയാം നീ ഒരു മൃഗമെന്ന് പറയും. പറയോ ഇല്ലയോ? യെസ്. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു മൃഗങ്ങൾ ഒരു എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ് തുടങ്ങണം. ആരാ അഡ്മിഷൻ അവിടെ? മൃഗങ്ങൾക്കാണ് അഡ്മിഷൻ. അപ്പോൾ നീ കുതിര, ഇയാൾ ആന, ഓക്കെ, ഇയാളാണ് പൂച്ച, അയാളാണ് തേള്. അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാവരും കൂടി വരികയാണ് അഡ്മിഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. അതാണ് കഥ. കോസ്റ്റ്യൂംസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒക്കെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മാസ്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കാം, മനസ്സിലായോ? ആ മാസ്ക് വെച്ചിട്ട് യു ആർ പ്രസൻറ്റിങ്. അതിലെന്താ നമ്മൾ സിംബലൈസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഇന്നത്തെ കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ ശരിക്കും മനുഷ്യന്മാരുടെ സ്വഭാവം ഇല്ലാണ്ട്, മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ, മൃഗങ്ങളുടെ സ്വഭാവം കാണിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് വരുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെയാവാം. ഇനി അതേ സമയത്ത് നിങ്ങളുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ തന്നെ കുറേ സ്പെയർ പാർട്ടുകളുണ്ട്, ഉണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ? ഹൃദയമുണ്ട്, ഓക്കെ, കൈയും കാലും ഉണ്ട്, ഫൈൻ, മൂക്കും കണ്ണും നാക്കും ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരാൾ ഓരോ ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ്, 7 ഇന്ദ്രിയങ്ങളും 7 പിന്നെ ശരീരത്തിൻ്റെ സ്പെയർ പാർട്ടുകളും. ഒരാൾ പറയും ഞാനാണ് ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനം, ഹൃദയം പറയുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ കണ്ണ് പറയണു ഞാൻ എന്തെങ്കിലും കാണുമ്പോഴല്ലേ ഹൃദയത്തിന് ഇടിപ്പ് തോന്നുള്ളൂ. മനസ്സിലാകുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഏതെങ്കിലും ടേസ്റ്റുള്ള സാധനം കാണുമ്പം ആദ്യം റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുക? നാക്കാണ്. അപ്പോൾ കാണുമ്പോഴല്ലേ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അയാൾ മൂക്ക് പറയുന്നല്ല, ഞാൻ മണക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് നിന്റെ നാവിൽ വെള്ളം വരിക. ആണോ അല്ലയോ? കെൻ മേക്ക് സ്റ്റോറീസ്. ഇപ്പം പടപടാന്നുണ്ട് സ്റ്റോറി ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതാണ് ഞാൻ. മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ ഏതാണ് വേണ്ടത്? ഇത് വേറൊരു സംഭവമാണ്, ഇത് വേറൊരു സംഭവമാണ്. ആണോ അല്ലയോ? അതേപോലെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ബയോടെക്നോളജിയോ ബയോളജിയോ ഒക്കെ പഠിക്കാനുണ്ടാവും. ഹൃദയവും മറ്റേതും കുറേ പിന്നെ രക്തം അല്ലേ എങ്ങനെയാണ് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നത് ശരീരത്തിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ. അത് നല്ല വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ഐറ്റായിരിക്കും, വിച്ച് നോർമലി പീപ്പിൾ ഡോണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അത്തരം കുറേ സംഭവങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ആലോചിക്കുക. എന്നിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ 7 ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സിന് 7 അവയവങ്ങളൊക്കെ ആക്കിയിട്ട് മാറ്റുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 7 ഇന്ദ്രിയങ്ങളാക്കിയിട്ട് മാറ്റുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 7 മൃഗങ്ങളാക്കിയിട്ട് മാറ്റുക. എന്നിട്ട് സ്പെസിഫൈ ചെയ്യുക. ശരി. നാളെ 2 o'clock ഏതാ സബ്ജക്റ്റ്? മാത്സ്. ഏതാണെന്ന് പറയേ? മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സിൽ ഏത്? ടാൻജൻസ്. കെമിസ്ട്രിയിലെ
reactivity, series and electrochemistry. Reactivity, series and electrochemistry. Sir, good night.